Hi, thanks for joining me. Um, I'm excited to just be able to provide some yoga classes to you all in this capacity, and I hope you enjoy this 30-minute flow to just settle and check in with yourself and say hi. So we'll get started laying on your backs, and go ahead and just make yourself comfortable in whatever capacity. That could be legs straight or knees bent. You feel like you need to lay on your side today and curl up with your head resting on your arm, please choose that. And once you get settled in, take a moment to just start to hear and feel the rhythm of your own breath, your own rhythms that are always happening within you. I was talking to a friend the other day, and she shared that gravity is still a thing that is not explained by science. There's theories, there's a couple big theories out there, but it's still not fully explained. And I really enjoyed thinking about that because what if gravity is just Earth's way of giving you a big hug? And so instead of you trying to do all the work to rest and relax here for a moment, maybe just feel the way gravity hugs you. A gentle, cozy pressure that's always holding us to the ground, keeping us grounded and rooted wherever we're at. So inviting your breath to get a little bit deeper and slower, especially the exhale. Dragging your exhale out a little bit further than your inhale. And then with your next breath in, start to create some length. Maybe roll back onto your back, stretch your arms and your legs out long, arms reaching up overhead. Interlink your thumbs and let your thumbs gently pull apart on one another and hands hover just barely above the ground. And continue your full breath here, getting that rhythm, that big breath rhythm to stick with you even as you start to activate everything. And then bring your right knee into your chest. Wrap your arms around the right knee, in front of or behind the knee, either or. And bring your right knee over to the left side, not to land it down to the ground, but to just keep it reaching to the left as you squeeze your core in for support. Right arm stretches out behind you. Just let your right shoulder rest towards the ground and continue to squeeze your core as your knee reaches to the left. And then come back through the middle. Reach everything out long again, thumbs interlink for a moment, 2 full breaths here. Let your shoulders really lift up by your ears, getting your scapula to move independently of your rib cage. And exploring this idea of breathing with your entire body. Left knee comes into your chest. Arms wrap around the knee for a moment. You're welcome to lift your head up. And then left knee reaches over to the right side as your left arm stretches out behind you, palm facing up. And taking a moment to remember that this is your practice to explore in whatever capacity you need. If that's to slow down and take breaks somewhere in the middle, great, please do. If that's to push yourself a little bit harder today and really get focused on the way we can gather in our own muscles to really fully support us, great, be there today. And then come back through the middle. Everything reaches out long one more time, thumbs intertwine. Really reaching out through your fingertips. Maybe you squeeze your buns. Can feel kind of good. And then both arms come down by your sides. Bend your elbows so you're making little robot arms, fingers pointing up towards the ceiling. Shoulders push down into the ground. And then lift your hips just like an inch or two off of your yoga mat. And then we're just going to stay right here. It's not a high bridge pose. It's low. Keep your hips low. Again, just an inch or two off the mat. And you're welcome to have your eyes open and focused on one point, or you're welcome to just let your eyes be closed and be with your breath here. Noticing the way your feet and your toes all individually connect to the ground. Still breathing that slow, full breath, an entire 360 movement around your torso as you breathe. So stomach expands, rib cage expands, shoulders push down. Keeping hips low and staying here for just a little bit longer, isolating the glutes to slowly warm them up so they're there to support us throughout the rest of our practice today. And then hips lower back down. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Receive that hug as well. Maybe rock a little side to side or forward and back. Whatever you'd like to, make your way over into downward facing dog. Or Adho Mukha Svanasana. So once you get there, go ahead and explore a little bit. Maybe lifting and lowering the heels. Maybe stretching one leg back behind the other. And really, really push your hands into the ground like you're trying to push the ground away from you so your shoulders come up by your ears. Notice your fingertips and your toes. And see what happens if you bring your core on board for a little bit more support in this shape. So instead of just dumping the rib cage down towards the ground, make it a strong shape. Lift up high onto your tiptoes, full breath in. And as you exhale, push your heels towards the ground. Thighs go back as your hands really push the ground away from you. Inhale, lift right back up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, heels down. And then breathe in, look to the top of your yoga mat. And as you exhale, just slowly tiptoe. Work your way, explore your way to the very top of your yoga mat. Meeting up in forward fold or Uttanasana. Head hangs down for a moment. Let your knees be bent really deeply. And then think of where your hip creases are, the front side of your hips. Hip creases reach up and back as you're, just up towards the ceiling. Big toes grip a little. And thighs move back in space. See if you can just trust that your neck can relax and just create a little length here. And then as you inhale, slowly start to rise all the way up. Your arms lift up. Fingertips come together one at a time. And then exhale, hands to your heart, samastitihi. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot takes a step back. And then lower your right knee down to the ground. Activate your core. Your left big toe, so your front foot, your big toe grips as your knee tries to dial outwards. Arms lift straight up. Interlace your thumbs. Reach your hands up high. Squeeze your core in, and your right butt, your right glutes, your buns, they squeeze on that side to really help stretch the front of your right hip. Relax your face and breathe. And then with your next exhale, twist your torso to the left. Slowly release your thumbs so your arms can reach out wide. Keep squeezing your right butt and your core. Left hand comes down to your leg, right arm lifts up. And then exhale, right hand down to your yoga mat. Tuck your back toes under, lift up your knee. Slowly roll onto the pinky toe side of your right foot as you slide your left foot back. Plank pose, left arm can lift up. Squeeze your buns, squeeze your core. What way can you draw your muscles in to support yourself in this shape? Maybe that's a knee down, maybe arm up. And then lift your left foot up. Full breath in. And exhale, left hand down to your yoga mat, knee into your chest. Squeeze everything in close. And then cross your left leg underneath you all the way off of your yoga mat. Right arm up to the sky. Fallen triangle. You can stay up on your right tiptoes or you can settle your foot down, whatever works. And then exhale, right hand back down. Left foot slides back to meet the right. Head hangs down. And then come forward, plank pose. Bring your hands off of your yoga mat. Fingers can point whatever direction feels good to your shoulders. Squeeze your core, squeeze your buns. Knees can be down, especially if you're feeling anything in your lower back. And then just shift your weight side to side, exploring your shoulders. And then come back to center. And this is not like the normal yoga push-ups, not chaturanga. So elbows stay out, squeeze your core, squeeze your buns, lower all the way down. Untuck your toes. Bring your hands in by your sides like you're going to do a push-up. And then lift your chest. Reach your elbows up as you lift your hands off the ground. And then exhale. Make your way back to down dog. Pedal your legs out as you're there. And then breathe in, look forward. As you exhale, make your way to the top. Breathe in, halfway lift, hands to your thighs. Shoulders come away from the ground. Knees are soft. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Lift your arms. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms right back up. Exhale, fold forward. Step your left foot slowly back. Knee lowers down to the ground, fully aware of each movement of the in-between spaces, not just the poses we're going for. Lift your arms up. Interlace your thumbs the weird way. the way that you don't want to do it. Let your hands lift up high, shoulders come up by your ears. Squeeze your core in and squeeze your left butt. And then torso, just your torso, twist to the right. Left butt keep squeezing, hips stay pointed forward. And then release your thumbs, arms reach out wide. Keep everything drawn in. It's like all your muscles are pulling in towards your bones. Notice where your bones are. And then left hand comes all the way down. Tuck your back toes under, lift up your knee. First things first, gather in your core. Roll onto the pinky toe side of your back foot. Slide your right foot back. Plank pose. Feet can stack, can support the other leg, whatever works. Hips push forward, buns, squeeze. And notice your left shoulder. Is it rounding forward or can you keep it drawn back, digging into your rib cage? Your scapula digging into your rib cage. And then lift your right foot. Step it all the way back to the top of your mat. And then left foot steps up to meet the right foot. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, rise all the way up. Arms lift. And exhale, hands to your heart. Same flow, a little quicker. Both arms lift up. Exhale, forward, fold. Right foot steps back. Lower your knee. Breathe and lift your arms up. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. Thumbs interlace. Lift your hands. Squeeze your core and right outer hip. Exhale. Twist to the left. Release your hands. And then right hand down to the ground. Tuck your back toes. Lift the knee. Step your left foot back. Side plank. And then left foot lifts. Left hand down to the ground. Knee into your chest. Cross it underneath you. Right arm lifts up. Fall in triangle. Exhale, right hand down. Slide your foot back. Down dog. Option to do a vinyasa here. Option to just pause in your down dog. Vinyasa is plank pose. Lowering down slowly, core and bun squeezing. Inhale, elbows reach up. And exhale to down dog. Breathe here. Full body breath, full 360 breathing. And notice what it feels like to really pay attention to the very edges of your skin, especially when you're trying to breathe that far out in your body. The inhale expands all the way into the very edges. Look to the top of your yoga mat, and then slowly make your way forward, tiptoe or hop. Breathe in, halfway lift up. Exhale, forward, fold. Inhale, rise up, lift your arms up. Exhale, hands dive right back down. Left foot steps back. Left knee lowers down. Inhale, arms come up. Squeeze your core, interlace your thumbs. Let your hands lift high. Left butt is squeezing to help stretch that left front hip. Full breath in. And then exhale, twist to the left, the right. It is up to you how much you want to explore everything drawing in for all that support. If you tend to be really flexible and floppy, maybe work that a little bit more, drawing in all your muscles towards the center line. Release your hands. Maybe look back over at your right thumb or off to the side. And then left hand down to the ground. Tuck your back toes, lift the knee. Step your right foot back to meet the left. Side plank. And then right hand comes back down to the ground. Right knee comes into your chest. We didn't do this on the other side, but whatever. Hug it in close. Cross it underneath you. And it's fallen triangle. Left arm lifts up. Core squeezes, hips lift. Keep that right shoulder drawing back. And then left hand back down to the ground. Downward facing dog. Option to do plank pose. Lower through your vinyasa. Lift your head, your chest. Elbows reach up as your hands float off the mat. And then exhale, down dog. Pause and breathe right here. Again, breathing all the way out into the very, very edges of your skin. Hands are pushing the ground away from you. And then look forward. Slowly start to tiptoe your feet to the top of the mat. Bend your knees deeply. And lower, lower, lower. Until you plop right onto your buns. And rock all the way back. Great time to fix your yoga pants. And then lift your feet to the sky. Lift your arms to the sky. As you start to slow down and reconnect with your breath, or that slower, deeper rhythm to your breath, and just notice the effects that gravity has on your body. You can let your fingers and your toes move a little. Knees, elbows, wrists, everything's floppy and soft. Dead bug pose. Can be more of a twitchy dead bug and move things, or you can totally rest. And again, tune into a little bit more of how gravity affects both the circulatory system and the lymphatic system and brings all those things out from your extremities back to your heart and your lungs. You can let your eyes be opened or closed. And slowly let your knees sink back down into your chest. Arms reach out wide to the sides. And lower both knees to the right. Simple twist. And just breathing. Instead of working to actively ask your body to relax in so many ways, your muscles, of your face, your shoulders, just exploring the idea of that hug that gravity gives us, using that as your tool to help you soften. That gentle, cozy blanket that connects us to the earth, feeling the ground beneath you support you. Knees come back to the middle and right over to the other side. Exploring your exhale, getting a little bit longer than your inhale again. And then from here, returning onto your back. Shavasana, or corpse pose, is traditionally done laying flat on your back with your hands down by your sides and palms facing up, but that does not have to be what you choose today. You could again lay on your side and use your arm as a pillow, or you could flip over and be on your stomach. Sometimes that can feel a little more grounding and supporting, and just use your arms as a pillow for your head. Wherever you're at, just being with the way your body naturally breathes. Following your own rhythm as you let that gentle hug just support you in this space here on your mat. It is just for you. Nothing you need to do or undo here. Just be.